Okay, so we are going to go over my deck, a deck that I like the most, which is an Eastern Bloc motorized deck with 1985 restrictions. So we get more points. So you have 60. So we have a fob, supply truck, or two of these Polish Star 266 Zelp supply trucks. We have a German SWP-60 command, and we also have a Czech infantry command, and an OT-64C, because this has anti-tank capabilities. Infantry. Now, I have both reserves, the Reserve Schützen from East Germany, and the Zalaniki from Czechoslovakia. Reserve are always great because they slow down the enemy, and they only cost 5 points. Then I have Storm Pioneers, which are napalm units. Now the reason I went with Storm Pioneers more than Superzi for a launcher is because if we compare, even though this has less accuracy, it fires faster. Even though it doesn't have more suppression, it fires faster and has 3 more rounds. So this, and I kind of like the not accuracy, because that means that the rockets are more going to go all over the place rather than straight, so you get more area out of it. Okay, then we have for my regular just infantry, we have the the Polish Piotr Zimex, and it's got 2 AMs, which have a machine gun and an anti-tank rocket, 2 of them, and hardened. All these have been hardened so far. Not veteran, because veteran you get less. Then I have, for more of specialized infantry, you have the Wok Regiment, which is a really cool unit. They have really good anti-tank launchers, and they have these little tiny 9mm Scorpion submachine guns, which are really good versus infantry at close range. Like if you can get these guys in a town, oh, they tear things apart. I mean, I have them in, and they, even though they can be airlifted in helicopters, I feel that since this is a motorized deck, I should keep everything together. But another reason why I picked these guys is they reminded me of the Waffen-SS from Nazi Germany. You know, just their hats and the way their loadout choice, you know, like, because Waffen-SS favored a smaller submachine gun, the MP-34, and the MP-40 over rifles. Support, we have, I don't take any radar AA because it just dies. You know, it's seed planes, just kill it. So I took, keeping up with the motorized theme, I took these infrared missiles, these Polish infrared missiles on this wheeled vehicle instead of, which are the same as the ones on here, but they're wheeled so they can move around faster. Then I have the Czech M53/M59 Praga. It's a great, you know, non-radar based AA unit. Spammable. Hold on. I'd rather have it entrained. I have for artillery, for howitzer-based artillery, I don't take any mortars, because I feel this vehicle can do the job of artillery, howitzers, and mortars, because it's a smaller caliber of 122mm, and it's more mobile, and it fires okay fast. And it can also direct fire if it needs to. But sorry if you hear air sounds. I have a fan on. Now this is a great unit because it actually aims really fast for artillery. And it's amphibious, so you can sit these in the middle of a lake and move them up and down the river. And I also have just some cheap napalm rockets, which, see, whenever I'm playing, whenever someone launches napalm rockets, they immediately counter-RD it. See, the problem with taking something like this is that that's 100 points. So if I take this, even if it dies, it was only 50, and the napalm stays around for a while. Tank. Now, since it's a motorized deck, you don't get the super good tanks, but you do get these. T-Fit from Poland. T-55 AM2 Meridas. Look at that range on a T-55. That is great. If you can get side shots, these things can take out Abrams and Leopard 2s. Not from the front, but definitely at the side. Take 2 of them, and I have them in hardened. That way their accuracy, look at that accuracy, 55% accuracy. And that's probably like over 60 some, because they're hardened. Then for a little bit cheaper, I have the Czech T-55 AM1Bs, which still have good range. Not 2,200, but that's still good. Anything over 2,000 is good. Then just for some cheap tanks that you can move into the town to help your infantry with transports, especially those new Swedish transports. Regular they're basically mini tanks. So, you gotta move up some type of small tank with your transports now. Especially when fighting, the new units coming in. Recon. I have this OT-65RL because it has exceptional view range. That's pretty much the only reason. Then I have this version, which is basically the same thing, with not as good view, but it does have a heat recoilless rifle. And I have a German recon vehicle, 2 of them, and a German sniper squad. And for vehicles, I have the OT-810D, 2 of them. Flame tanks. This vehicle, which is weird, but it's good. ASU 85Ms. BDRM2 Conquerors, 2 of them, 1 Polish, 1 German. Helicopters, 2 things of cheap Mi-4s. This to get some rocket spam out there. Then I have the German MiG-2ML, because they have rockets, and then I have a Polish LIM-64BIS with rockets. They both have the rocket spam. Navy, I don't use any ships. I bring in more Conquerors, Walk Regiment, Czech Reserve, and this vehicle. And that's all. So, bye.